that's cool too. I embrace that. All right, let's come to a comfortable seat. Let your hands rest on your lap, on your knees. Let your eyes close if that's comfortable. If not, just gaze down softly in front of you. And then gently rock a little bit side to side. See if you can find your sit bone. So maybe little circles, maybe a little bit of front and back motion. And then find that stillness where you're lining your hips and your shoulders, you're lengthening your spine, you're reaching your crown up to the ceiling. Take a big inhale, hold the breath at the top for a second, and then slowly exhale it all out. Take another big, long, deep inhale, breathing in through your nose. Breathing in deeper, feeling your rib cage expand, hold and retain that breath for a second, and then exhale it all out. One more long breath in. And exhale it all out. You may choose to keep your eyes closed, or if you're ready to open them, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, reach your arms out to the side and slowly bring them up overhead. Pick some apples. So stretch through your side body, feeling that stretch reaching all the way into your hips. And now reach your arms up, spread your fingers and twist to the left, bringing your right hand to your left knee and your left hand behind you. Breathe here. Now see if you can maybe lengthen your spine a little bit more. Look over your back shoulder. Notice if both hips are still pressing down into the mat. Make sure you're nice and centered. And now reach your left arm out to the side, up by your left ear, and then exhale over to the right. Keeping your right hand on your left knee so that you can kind of lean out against it. Maybe deepening the stretch. Take a couple breaths here, feeling your ribcage lift and fall. Lift and fall. Reach your left arm back on up. Reach your right arm up to meet it. Rotate your wrist. And now rotate them in the other direction. And now lengthen up to the ceiling. Exhale, twist to the right, bringing your left hand to your right knee, your right arm behind you. Lengthen up. Exhale, twist. Look over your back shoulder. Breathing here. And now take your right arm, lift it up to the ceiling, right arm, or out to the side, up to the ceiling. And then exhale over to the left. Holding on to your right knee with your left hand. Big inhale, exhale, feel your rib cage expand. And then reach both arms back up to the ceiling, face your palms to meet, open and close your palms. Bending your fingers, bending your knuckles, almost like you're flicking water. And now rain your fingers down in front of you and gently walk forward to wherever feels just on the edge of discomfort. So not pain, but not easy peasy. So that fine line where you're feeling a little bit of a stretch, maybe a little bit of pressure in your lower back. And then walk yourself back up. Bring your hands behind you. So you can either turn your palms away from you or towards you. Lift your hips up, coming into a little bit of a back bend. And then when you come back down, we're going to bring our feet to either side of our mat and windshield wiper our legs side to side. Whew. And now cross your legs with the other leg in front. So whichever one feels awkward. And then lift your hips up again. And lower back down and walk your fingers forward. And again, find that spot where it's a little stretchy. Think about lengthening your spine and then exhale as you round your spine. And then from here, we will walk ourselves back up, make our way into our tabletop position. So lining our knees up under our hips, fingertips pointing forward, toes pointing back. Find your neutral spine. Make sure you're pressing into your knuckles, your fingertips, the outer edges of your palms, the tops of your feet, maybe even your shins, depending on your body. And then drop your belly, open your heart, big inhale. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale forward. Exhale, round. Inhale forward. Exhale, round. Come back to neutral. Reach your right leg back behind you. Rock back and forth over your toes. And now lift your right leg up, stretch your left arm forward. See if you can find some balance here. If the balance is a little bit much, put your hand and your foot down on the floor, diagonal out in front of you and behind you. If you are enjoying the balance and you want to press a little further ahead, exhale, draw your knee and your elbow to meet in center. Inhale, reach out. Exhale. Inhale, reach. But make sure you're pressing the top of the left foot into the ground to help with your balance. Last one. And lower your hand, lower your toes. Keep your toes out behind you. So we're going to roll onto the inside of our right foot and then lift our left leg and move it about 90 degrees. So you're going to face the doorway. Peel your right arm up to the ceiling. Now reach your arm towards me and then back up to the ceiling. Press into that extended right leg to help your balance. Reach your arm towards me and up to the ceiling. One more time, reach your arm towards me and up to the ceiling. Keeping your arm reaching up, pressing down through your hand and your left shin. Can you lift your right leg any amount off the ground, seeing where your balance is on this side? And then lower the right foot, bring your right arm down, come back into your tabletop. Bump your hips right to left, sort of shaking them out. And now turn your fingertips to face your knees or to either side of the mat, depending on what's available, depending on how stretchy your arms feel today. And then gently rock back and forth. So if you're on the side, see if you can move side to side, maybe make some little circles. And then maybe it's one hand at a time, moves your fingertips towards you. Our forearms, due to the nature of our lives now on our computers, on our phones, we don't really pay attention to our forearms, but that is a place that gets really, really tense. And now return your fingers out in front of you. Reach your left leg behind you. We're going to go through that whole whole other side thing again. So rock back and forth over your left toes. And then reach your right fingertips forward, lift your right arm, left leg. Balance here, really engage the top of your right foot. Notice if your hips are even, if you're bumping one up. And then exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach. One more, knee to elbow. And reach. Lower your right hand back down. Lower your left toes down. Turn your left foot so you're pressing to the inside of your left foot. Lift up your right shin, rotate your leg about 90 degrees. And then peel yourself up towards the windows. Reaching your left arm up to the ceiling. Now reach your left arm forward towards me. And then back up to the window. Forward towards me, really pressing into your right shin for balance. Feel your hips lift up. Reach your arm forward towards me one more time. Reach your left arm up to the ceiling. Find your balance and then see if you can lift your left foot up off the ground. Any amount. My right foot is cramping. And then lower down, come back into your tabletop and shake it out one more time. So maybe it's side to side, maybe you're doing a little bit of a figure 8 so that both your hips and your wrists get a little bit of release. All right, slide those hands just one handprint forward, tuck your toes. Do a slow count of 8. We're gonna make our way from here into our downward facing dog. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So in your down dog, you want your arms to be about hip distance apart. Your pointer fingers are pointing towards me. Your toes are facing your hands. Your feet are about hip distance apart. Think about reaching your bum, your tailbone up towards the ceiling behind you. Take a breath here. Draw yourself forward to a high plank. Remember, drop your knees anytime you need to. And measure your high plank. Your shoulders should be over your wrists. So maybe you need to slide your feet back a little bit so your spine is long. If your knees are down, make sure that they're down behind your hips so your spine is still nice and long. Nice. And now without moving your hands or your feet, can you lift your hips back up into your downward facing dog? And breathe here. We're gonna do that one more time. So roll forward into your high plank. Try not to move your hands or your feet until you get to that plank position, and then make any adjustments you need to so that your hands are straight under your shoulders. If your wrists are bothering you, that is brilliant. Make fists and come up onto your fists. And now without moving your hands or your feet, lift yourself back up into a downward facing dog. Breathe here. Pedal your dog out, bending one knee and then the other. Put your right leg up behind you and step your right foot all the way forward, helping it along if you need to. Lower your left knee down, untuck your toes, reach your arms out to the side, and then bring them up overhead. Stand up nice and tall, pressing down through your right foot, your left shin, and your shoulders, your hips should be in one line. Nice. From this reaching up nice and straight position, now shift your weight forward and start to feel a big stretch through your left hip. Breathe here. Press your arms into a T. Come back upright with your spine. Inhale up, sink forward. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lengthen, pause here, and then bring your hands down, curl your left toes, step back into your downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Float your left leg up behind you. Step your left foot all the way forward. Help it along. Lower your right knee down. Untuck your toes. Reach your arms out to a T and then up overhead. Taking the time to make sure that you're on railroad tracks, that you're feeling sturdy. And now drop your hips forward, feeling a big stretch through your hip flexor. And press down to come back up. Inhale forward. Each side is different. I don't have nearly the mobility on this side as I do on the other. That is normal. Your mobility is different from mine. That is also normal. One more time. Come back to T. Hold here. And then bring your hands down. Curl your right toes under. Step back to downward facing dog or tabletop. Put your right leg up behind you. Step your right foot all the way forward. Lower your left knee down. Untuck your toes. Reach your arms out and up. This time we're going to reach up. We're going to exhale. We're going to twist to the right towards the door. And then inhale, lengthen back up to center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back up. Exhale, twist to the right. Stay here twisted and float your left hand down, right arm up to the floor. Breathe here. Bring your right hand down, curl your left toes, step back to downward facing dog. You can pedal your down dog out or hang out in stillness. Put your left leg up behind you, step your left foot all the way forward. Lower your right knee down, untuck your toes, reach your arms out and up. Make sure that you're stable, that your legs are hip distance apart. Breathe in, exhale, twist to the left, looking out the windows. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, twist to the left. One more, back up to center. And twist. And then bring your right hand down, left arm up. Breathe here. Bring your left hand down to the mat, curl your toes, step back into downward facing dog. And breathe. Put your right leg up behind you. Step your right foot all the way forward. Lower your left knee down, untuck your toes, reach your arms out and up. This time we're gonna bring our, make sure you're balanced. Bring your hands down as we shift our hips back and straighten our front leg. So we wanna find a big stretch through the back of our right leg. And then you can roll forward, bringing your right foot down again and shift your hips back. Roll forward and back. And last time forward, go ahead and place both hands on the inside of your right foot. And then maybe you have a little bit more space here for one more breath. Curl your left toes and make your way back into downward facing dog. Put your left leg up behind you, step your left foot all the way forward. Lower your right knee down, Untuck your toe, find your balance. And then we are going to bring our fingers down, shift our hips back, straighten our left leg. Roll forward. Shift back. So if you're at home and you have blocks, you can definitely do this with blocks too. One more time, shift forward, and then bring both hands to the inside of your left foot. And maybe you have a little bit more room to drop your hips forward, just a little bit more. All right, step back to downward facing dog. So this is going to be new in class. This is for your shoulders. We're going to come all the way down onto our stomach. All right. This is called shoulder pigeon. You're either going to love it or hate it, just like regular pigeon. You are going to reach your arms out into a T. Your face is facing down. Mine isn't down, just so I can talk. So forehead down on the mat, hands on the floor. You're going to take your left hand and bring it on. Actually, I'm going to do my right hand first so you guys can see me. I'm going to bring my right hand closer to my body. Left palm is down on the floor. Right leg comes up and over behind you, or wherever it goes behind you. And you want to think about your left ear staying down. Now, if you're like, oh yeah, I can do this, take your right arm, reach it up to the ceiling, and then maybe it even comes down behind you towards that left hand. Yeah, I know. I said maybe. I said maybe. And so walk your left fingertips a little bit more away from you and then roll onto the back edge of your head, seeing if you can deepen the stretch without pain through that chest and shoulder. Maybe your right leg moves back a little bit more. And then we're going to slowly bring our right hand back down to the mat, roll back onto our stomachs. We're going to come into a Sphinx pose in between here. So come up onto your forearms. Breathe here. Maybe look right. Maybe look left. Now, as you do the other side, you could possibly notice a big difference between one side or the other. So come back down, forehead down on the mat, arms out in a T. Right palm down on the floor. Left hand comes towards your shoulder. You start to roll onto the right side, bringing your left leg back behind you. Making sure that your hand is at shoulder height. Rolling onto the outer edge of the right side of your face. Maybe you reach your left arm up. Maybe your left arm can reach back behind you. Mine does not do that. Doesn't even dream about it on this side. And then maybe you can roll onto the back edge of your head just a tiny little bit. And then bring your left hand down, come back onto your stomach. Come back into your Sphinx pose. Breathe here. Looking right, looking left. Go ahead and come into your tabletop. Curl your toes under, downward facing dog, and then slowly walk your feet all the way up to the front of the mat, coming into your forward fold. Letting your head hang heavy, maybe let your hips bump side to side. And then slowly start to roll up. So softly bend your knees, rolling up one vertebra at a time, letting your head come up last, lining your shoulders up over your hips and your hips up over your ankles. All right, let's roll those shoulders back. 1, 2, 3. And in the other direction. 1, 2, 3. Now inhale, bring your arms all the way out, up overhead to the side. We'll do some sun salutations. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back, step your left foot back, hold here in your plank position. Lower your knees, lower your chest and chin. Untuck your toes, lift up into baby cobra, keeping most of your body on the mat. And then exhale back down, come up through tabletop, back into your downward facing dog. Float your right leg up behind you. Step your right foot forward into your low lunge. Step your left foot up to meet your right. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up, palms touch, and then we'll go right back down again. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot back. Step your right foot back to plank. Lower your knees. Hug your elbows in by your side. Lower your chest and chin. Untuck your toes, baby cobra. Coming up through tabletop into your downward facing dog. Take a breath. Put your left leg up behind you. Step your left foot all the way forward. Step your right foot to meet it. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up, palms touch. And then exhale your palms down by your side. Nice. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back. Pause here and open your heart forward. Plant your hands, step back to plank. Stay here in this plank or lower knees, chest, chin, or bend your elbows halfway down. Untuck your toes, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe. Put your right leg up behind you. Step your right foot all the way forward. Open your heart. Step your left foot up to meet it. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, fold right back down again. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot back, open your heart, low lunge. Plant your hands, step back to plank. Stay in this plank. Lower knees, chest, chin, or lower halfway down. Then take baby cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale into downward facing dog. And breathe. Put your left leg up behind you. Step your left foot all the way forward. Pause. Step your right foot up to meet it. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring your palms all the way up. Exhale, let them float down by your side. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, slide your right foot back, low lunge, open your heart. Step back to plank, knees, chest, chin, hold your plank or take a chaturanga halfway down. Untuck your toes, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, and breathe. Float your right leg up behind you. Draw the right knee as you bring your right foot all the way up. Open your heart, low lunge. Left foot meets the right. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up, palms touch. And then exhale, right back down again. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your left foot back, low lunge. Step back to plank. Stay here in the plank. Knees, chest, chin, or bend your elbows halfway down. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Float your left leg up behind you. Step your left foot forward. Step your right foot forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up, palms touch. And exhale your hands down by your side. Before we move into our flow, let's bring our feet to the width of our yoga mat. Slightly turn your toes out. And let's move down into a yogi squat. So coming down as low as you can, whatever is comfortable for you, getting down here in a way that maybe, works for your body is not the same for everyone else. Now, if you pop down here and you're like, yeah, this is cool, lift up a little bit. All right, use your hands to help support you. Gently open your knees a little bit. If this is too much, maybe your heels are lifted. Take one more breath here and then lift your hips back into a forward fold. Stay here in your forward fold. And then we're going to drop our hips one more time, coming back into the squat. It's really good to get rid of this tension that we carry in our hips. And then when you're ready, lift back into your forward fold. Heel toe your feet back in towards each other. And then slowly roll back up to stand, taking your time, one vertebra at a time. Nice, coming all the way up. All right. We should all be warmed up by now. We are going to do a flow. We'll build onto it. We'll add onto it, have some water, readjust, tug on your tights, whatever you need to do. And then we'll all come to stand at the front of our mat. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. So knees, chest, chin. Maybe it's chaturanga. Maybe you just skip it. Maybe you take a child's pose and then meet us all in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Float your left leg up behind you. Draw your left knee slowly into your chest. And then step your left foot up between your hands. Coming here in your low lunge, once you have your balance, reach your arms out and up, coming into your high lunge. Breathe here. Straighten your front leg. Keep your balance. And then exhale, come into cactus arms as you lower back down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. We're going to reach our arms back up to the ceiling. We're going to drop our right heel and open into warrior two. So you might need to adjust your feet a little bit. You want your left foot centered on your right foot. Your arms should be at shoulder height. I don't know why I said that so long. Shoulder height. All right. Take another breath here. Feel those fingertips stretch away from each other. Turn your left palm up. Exhale back. Peaceful warrior. So your right arm is gently touching your right leg. Come back to warrior two, to the front of the room. Nice. Bend your left arm, place your left arm on your left thigh, reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Breathe here. Come back to warrior two. I know we've been in warrior two for a while. It feels a little icky. Straighten your left leg, give yourself a break. Exhale back into that warrior two. Bend your left arm, place it on your left thigh, reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Come back to warrior two. Reach your fingertips away from each other. Relax your shoulders. Turn your left palm up. Exhale back, peaceful warrior. One more breath here. And then we're going to cartwheel all the way back down. Step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. Remember, you're warmed up. You can skip this now and hang out in child's pose or downward facing dog, which is where we will all meet. From our down dog, we're going to let our heels get heavy. We're going to feel a stretch through the backs of our legs. And now float your right leg up behind you. Draw the right knee slowly into your chest as you make your way into plank. And then step your right foot up between your hands. You are in your low lunge. Get your balance. Square your hips off. Press down. Reach your arms up, coming into your high lunge. Once you feel good here, straighten that front leg. And then exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen. And now bend your knee. Drop your left heel and open into warrior two. Adjusting your feet if necessary. It happens to all of us. Reach your fingertips away from each other. Let your shoulders relax. Maybe you even pull yourself back a little bit. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Think about dropping your right hip, but making sure your right knee stays over your right ankle. Come back to warrior two. Press into the outer edge of your left foot. Feel your fingertips reach away from each other. Bend your right arm, place your right arm on your right thigh, reach your left arm up to the ceiling. Can you drop your right hip a little bit lower? Breathe. Come back to warrior two. Take a breath here. Nice. Turn your right palm up. Exhale back. Not what I did before, is it? Yeah, I did. And then I went this way. I went this way twice in a row. Come back to side angle. Yeah, I did it like out and in. And now come back to warrior two. Now we'll finish with a peaceful warrior. I get so zened out. I forget what I did. And now cartwheel all the way down. Step back to plank. I forgot to let you straighten your leg. That's what I forgot to do. Oh, well. Back to down dog. And breathe. You can pedal this down dog out. And then when you're ready, float your left leg up behind you. Bend your left knee, step all the way forward, coming into your low lunge. Come up onto your fingertips, start to practice your balance. And then when you're ready, reach your arms up into your high lunge. Lengthen your leg up. Bend into your high lunge. Place your right heel down, open into warrior two. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Come back to warrior two. Straighten your left leg. Reach towards me, coming down into triangle, left hand down, right arm up. Breathe here, really press into your feet. Feel your inner thighs activate. Draw your belly button in. Take another breath here. Come back up to warrior two. Bend your left palm, left arm, place your left arm on your left thigh, reach your right arm up. Breathe here. Come back to warrior two. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Come back to warrior two. Straighten your left leg, turn both toes towards the hallway. Bring your hands to your waist. Pressing into the outer edges of your feet, lengthen your spine and start to hinge forward, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Coming as low as you're comfortable, and then reach your arms down to aid in your balance, to aid in your stretch. Hang out here. Let your elbows get heavy. Let the crown of your head reach down. Pressing into the outer edges of your feet, come back up onto your fingertips. Squeeze your glutes, engage your legs even more, bring your hands to your hips, and slowly come all the way back up. Turn your left toes forward, come back into warrior two, and then cartwheel yourself down, step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Nice. Put your right leg up behind you. Draw your right knee slowly into your chest as you come forward into your plank, and then slide your right foot up between your hands. Come up onto your fingertips to start to find your balance, squaring your hips to the front of the mat, and then reach your arms out and up, high lunge. Straighten your front leg, and then exhale back into high lunge. Drop your left heel down, open into warrior two. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Come back to warrior two. Bend your right arm, place it on your right thigh, reach your left arm up to the ceiling. Drop your right hip a little bit more. Come back to warrior two. Straighten your right leg, reach towards me, bringing your right hand down to your shin or a block, reaching your left arm up to the ceiling. Start to engage your legs, feel your inner thighs working. Lengthen your tailbone, draw your belly button in. Come back on up to warrior two. Bend your right arm, place your right arm on your right leg, reach your left arm up to the ceiling. Take a breath. Come back to warrior two. Turn your right palm up. Exhale back, peaceful warrior. Come back to warrior two. Straighten your right leg. Turn your toes towards the left, towards the street. Bring your hands to your hips. Pressing into the outer edges of your feet, feeling nice and stable. Start to reach and hinge forward. Bending from your hips. Coming down, using your hands when you're ready, letting your head get heavy. Place your left palm underneath your face and then peel up with your right arm up to the ceiling, twisting your torso. And then bring the right hand down, switch sides, twist up to the left. And breathe here. And bring the left hand down. Lift your chest up, coming back onto your fingertips, finding the strength in your legs. Bring your hands to your hips, rise back up. Come back into warrior two to the front of your mat. Cartwheel yourself down, step back to plank, and go through your version of your vinyasa. So that can be child's pose, That can be taking a rest. That can be like 17 push-ups. It's all viable. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Last round through, float your left leg up. Slowly draw your left knee in towards your chest. Maybe give yourself a 1 second hover in plank before you slide your left foot up between your hands. Find your low lunge. And then pressing down through that front heel, you're going to come all the way up into your high lunge. Straighten your front leg. Bend the knee. Drop your back heel open into warrior two. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. We're gonna flow all the way through to side angle, bringing your left hand to your left leg, reaching your right arm up, and this time reach your right fingertips forward towards me. Breathe here. So get long from your fingertips to the outer edge of your foot. Beautiful. Come back to warrior two. Straighten your left leg. Reach towards me, coming into triangle. Left arm down, right arm up. Maybe you reach your right fingertips towards me again for a big stretch through your side body, through your hip. If you're feeling extra spicy, you can float your left arm up to frame your face. And then stand all the way up. Float back into warrior two. Bend your left palm, come back into side angle, and we're gonna flow backwards all the way into our peaceful warrior. Come back to warrior two, straighten your leg, turn your toes to the side, bring your heels in, bring your hands to heart center, come into goddess. Sitting down, knees open. Beautiful. One more breath here. We're going to exit into warrior two, front of the room. Cartwheel your hands down. Step back to plank. Your version of your vinyasa. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Float your right leg up behind you. Step your right foot all the way forward. Come up onto your fingertips. Reach your arms out and up, high lunge. Straighten your leg and then bend your knee, open into warrior two. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Flow all the way through, right arm on right shin, right thigh. Reach your left arm up to the ceiling, maybe even towards me. Come back up to warrior two. Straighten your right leg, come into triangle, right arm down, left arm up. Maybe you reach your left fingertips towards me, stretching deeper through the hip. Maybe you want the extra challenge of floating your right arm up by your right ear, framing your face. And now stand all the way up, come back into warrior two. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Oh no, other way, sorry, I did that again. Bend your right arm, come into side angle, reach your left fingertips towards me. And then from here, we're gonna flow all the way back into peaceful warrior. And then come back to warrior two, straighten your leg, turn your toes in, then turn your heels in, bring your arms into cactus, and come into goddess. Or horse pose, as it's also known. So you can stay here in a static hold, or maybe you want to sway a little bit side to side. Kind of a free form space. Finding what feels right, what you need. And then we're going to exit back into warrior two. Cartwheel our hands down. Step back to plank. Last vinyasa, whatever you choose to do. And then we'll all meet in a child's pose for just a few breaths. Letting your head come down to the mat. Slowly roll up, coming into a seated position. Go ahead and roll off your heels unless you love that seated position, which I don't think anybody does. And go ahead and sit up nice and straight. And we're going to reach our arms out to the side. So let's all put our left arm in front, our left leg in front. Reach our arms out to the side. Give ourselves a hug with our right arm on top. So we've got the opposite going on. And then open up to the ceiling. Exhale, round. Open up to the ceiling. Exhale, round. And stay there, or if you want to take some circles with your elbows in one direction, and then circle in the other direction. Nice. Release your arms, extend your legs out into a wider straddle. Slowly walk your hips forward, your hands forward. Hands, hips, you know. Walk your hands forward. And now walk yourself up. Bring your legs out in front of you. Place the right leg in front this time. Reach your arms out to the side. Give yourself a hug with the left arm on top. Lift your elbows up to the ceiling. Exhale, round. Lift your elbows up to the ceiling. Exhale, round. And then make some circles with your elbows. And then make some circles in the other direction. All right, release your arms. Bring your feet out in front of you. Place them on the mat, knees to the ceiling. I like to do my slow roll. You can join me or you can meet me at the end. So we're gonna roll down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Lengthen your tailbone, bring your feet so they're hip distance apart. Extend your right leg up to the ceiling. Bend your right knee, place your right ankle on your left knee. Gently press your right knee away from you. We're going to come into pigeon on our back tonight. And now lift your left shin so it's parallel to the floor. Keep your feet flexed. Stay here, or maybe reach in behind, interlace your fingers behind your left thigh, and then guide your left thigh in towards your chest, using your right elbow to gently press your right leg away from you. Maybe you lengthen the back of your head on the mat. See if you can let go of some tension in your shoulders. Drop the tension out of your jaw. Stay here, or release your hands, bring them out into a T shape, and then drop over to the left. So the sole of your right foot heads towards the floor, coming into a pigeon twist. So this is different from a normal side reclined twist. If you don't care for it, you've got other twists in your toolbox. I know you can find one of those. Take another breath here. So as we roll back onto our back, we're going to draw our right knee in towards our chest and slide our left foot behind it. Our legs are crossed like we're sitting in a chair, and then reach for your ankles. And then gently roll side to side here. You all right over there, Orly? Okay. And then release both legs up to the ceiling. Maybe give them a little wave, little slow bicycle. And then slowly let both feet come back down to the mat. All right, you're going to extend the left leg up to the ceiling. Bend the left knee, place the left ankle on the right knee. Gently press the left leg away. Lift your right shin so it's parallel to the floor. Explore reaching behind the right thigh, drawing the right leg closer to you. Using your left elbow to press that left leg away from you. And now bring your arms out into that T shape and drop your right leg over to the right, left sole of the foot coming down to the floor. So you're keeping your figure four, adding in a reclined twist, building on all these different shapes. And now as you slide back onto your back, draw your left knee in, slide your right knee behind it, reach for your ankles, and then gently rock here side to side. And then release your legs up to the ceiling. You can pedal them, bicycle them. Freeform portion of class. Any movements, shapes we didn't get to that you still want to do, go ahead and do those. Maybe you need a happy baby. Maybe you want a little bit of a back bend, a shoulder stretch, all sorts of yummy things out there to do. And then when you're ready, make your way into your Shavasana. So extending your legs away from you, extending your arms away from you. Take a big inhale and see if you can relax heavy into your mat. We're going to tense up all the muscles throughout our entire body. So start with squeezing your toes, contracting the muscles in your feet, your legs, your knees, your thighs, your hips. Keep breathing in as you do this, your waist, your torso, your hands, your forearms, your biceps, your triceps, your shoulders. Breathe in more, tense up your neck, your face, your head, squeezing all the energy, drawing everything into the center of your being, holding it here. And then slowly release like a ripple rolling out from the center of your body, calm, soothing, reaching all the way out. Release the tension in your jaw. Release the tension between your eyebrows and move into your stillness. Start to slowly wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Let your head rock gently side to side. Maybe you're ready to reach your arms up overhead, taking a big stretch from your fingertips to your toes. And then when you're ready, roll onto one side. It doesn't matter which side. Hang out there briefly. And then slowly press yourself up to your comfortable seated position. Bring one hand to your chest, one hand to your belly. Soften your gaze or close your eyes. Feel your heartbeat, feel your breath. That's your life force moving around inside of you. Acknowledge it. Thank it. Thank yourself for coming and taking this time just for you. And I thank you for allowing me to lead you through your practice today. Namaste. Thank you, everyone.